Hi, I'm Chris Frankel, Director of Programming for TRX. You've seen the training tip and the featured movement. Now let's get into the weekly sequence where we put it all together. This week's sequence, we're going to just look at a superset. But because we're talking about 3D strong this week, that core is going to be turned on the entire time. So the first move here is just going to be a deep chest press. Miguel's going to go inverted here. Feet go out straight. He finds that plank, gets that scapular J, locks it in, and he's going to go down as deep as he can, keeping those straps off his arms just by moving his hands or tucking his elbows in a little bit. Bring himself up for 3 to 5 to 8 reps. We're just going to go 3 reps here, nice and tight every time. So we got a good pushing motion here, keeping it a moving plank. As soon as he's done here, he's going to jump up. He's going to go ahead and he's going to over-shorten it. We want to over-shorten the TRX because we're going after strength this week, and we want to make sure he's going completely inverted. So if his arms are kind of long, we don't want his back hitting on the ground. So we got a little bit of over-shortening here. Miguel's going to go ahead and grab the handles, walk himself back to a nice, tight posterior plank here. Everything's turned on before he moves. He's going to let the contraction drive the movement and bring himself up all the way to the top. Really starting with those scapular J's again. Boom, pulling those shoulders down and back. Coming up, little squeeze to the top. Down under control. Nice moving plank, as strong as he can get it. So we went from a push to a pull. That's the type of superset we're talking about this week. One more rep here, nice and strong. Come up, little pause at the top. Go halfway down, hold it just for a second. Break it all the way down and bring yourself out of it. Now he's going to go ahead and lengthen it out so he's at the shortened position. And we started with a push, went to a pull. We're going to go back to another push. We're just going to go to a tricep press. So we went from using multiple joints pushing, now we're going back to a single joint pushing. But whenever we do anything single joint on the TRX, it involves maintaining good posture, keeping that core turned on. And even though it's just his elbow that's extending and flexing, he's having to maintain a good tight shoulder girdle, a good tight core, once again for that 3D or even that 360-degree strength, not only around his core, but his shoulder girdle all the way down to his toes. One more time down. If we wanted to make it a little bit tougher, we tell him to take a step back, find that plank again, re-engage, nice. Now everything stays tight. Awesome, nice and strong. One more time down, bring himself up, and as soon as he finishes the tricep press, which is his push, we're going to go back to the pull again. Bicep curl, everything sets up the same way. Find that plank first, shoulders come down and back, and now he keeps those shoulders driving down into his body as those elbows stay nice and tight. You're going to feel a great peak in the bicep here, and not only is this a great bicep exercise, a great pulling exercise, but once again it becomes that moving plank for that core strength all the time. Those 4 moves, the press, the row, the tricep press, and the bicep curl, a great superset where you go from push to pull and the core has to stay on the whole time. Thanks for watching this week's weekly sequence. Make sure you come back next week for more TRXtv content.